Today is a very special day. It is World Password Day, and as you know, we need passwords for everything these days. It's not just the face recognition. You got to have a password that goes along with it. And this morning, we're taking a look at the most common password mistakes, and we're going to help you learn how to better protect your personal information.
Yeah, and the consequences of not doing so. In this morning, to share what you might want to consider when you're trying to fight back against cyber hackers is Matthew Engler. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
So Matthew is a director of risk and compliance at Stefani. It's a global tech company located here in Southfield. So first off, let's talk about passwords. What should viewers be doing with our passwords to make sure our devices are safe, our personal information is safe?
So if you've been using the same password for the last 10 years, it's probably time to update it. Right now, most people are familiar with using an 8-character password, but in reality, current research shows with technology, 8 characters can be guessed within about 39 minutes.
What?
So you really need to start increasing the length of time that it's going to take a hacker to guess your password. So what we're recommending is really moving away from the idea of a password to more of a passphrase. So think of 3 things that you might like pizza, burger, and beer, and put those together. So pizza dash burger dash beer, you've now created a password that's 17 characters in length. And if you make the first character uppercase, add a number at the end, you've now made it complex, 18 characters in length. And that's definitely going to be better than password 123.
It's actually better and easier to remember, too.
Yeah, because it's things that you like.
Yeah.
You said we can't have the same password we've had for 10 years. I've had the same password since I was 15. And I'm way over that right now. Now I'm thinking about it. It might be time to change our password today. Listen, what are some of the common mistakes that people make when making or maintaining a password, like me, keeping the same one?
Sure. So when people are making the password, one, you're making it too short, or you're using something easy for you to remember, but then is also easily guessable. Oftentimes, too, we're encouraged to keep passwords different for each of the various websites that we use. But now we've got hundreds of websites that we're accessing. And so that makes it very difficult for you to have a unique password that's long and complex for each of these websites. So really, we need to be probably moving towards people using password managers or password vaults. Most people are probably familiar with the password keychain that they might have on an Apple phone, but there are others available. And so you can have one large master password that's strong, and then have all unique passwords for all the websites within it.
So I guess when you think about those different apps where you can store all your passwords, you're kind of nervous, like, well, what if that gets hacked? Then they have everything. Are there safe ones that you would even recommend?
Well, yeah, and that's ultimately why you want to probably move towards a password manager where you can have unique passwords, so that even if one of your passwords gets hacked, you're still able, all your other websites will be secure. And ultimately, it may not even be your password being hacked directly, but rather a breach at a particular vendor or customer that then they're getting a dump of all of the credentials that site had. And if yours is in that bundle of passwords that they got, then they have it. And so that's really why you want to make sure for each website you have a unique password. And the only way in which you're going to be able to manage that many passwords is to use something like a password manager or password vault, so that you can have unique passwords for each website.
Wow. Do people still use the password 1, 2, 3, 4? And then also, how often should we be changing our password?
So yes, people still use that. I believe it still comes in and around number 1 or number 2 of the most commonly used passwords. And how often should you be changing your password? So certainly within the enterprise, we encourage our employees to change their password every 90 days. But realistically, if your password is 17 to 18 characters, you're probably okay with holding on to it for a longer time, 6 months, a year, because it's going to be very difficult for them to crack unless you know that it's been, somebody has gotten it at that point.
Oh, great information. I think we are all going to take some time to
rethink our password selection.
Change them up.
Yeah, we're going to celebrate today by changing our password.
Yeah,
Thank you so much,
that's great.
Matthew.
Thank you so much.